Yay, yay. Video time. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This video is the 10th video in a series that I put together to help teach people about cryptocurrencies and the future of money. This video is meant for educational purposes only and is in no way any form of financial advice. I urge anyone who's interested in getting involved in cryptos to use this video as a starting point and then do your own research and decide if investing in cryptocurrencies is right for you. Okay, so for this video, I didn't have time to write a script for today, which I usually do. So I'm just kind of freestyling it off an article that I found that I've linked in the description box, so you can go check that out if you want to see what I'm referencing and read the actual article. So for this video today, I kind of wanted to just quickly describe different options for storing your cryptos once you have them, because I've kind of explained everything up to that point, and kind of like what you're going to get and what to expect with the various options, and kind of just a little bit of information about like what it's about. I'm going to do another video soon about the different like pros and cons per se of each type of storage method in terms of like keeping yourself safe in crypto world. But for now, this video is just going to be about the different places you can keep your cryptos. So any cryptos, once you have them, are going to need to be stored in some type of a wallet. All right, and so there's a few different types. Okay, so a cryptocurrency wallet, though, is really just a digital wallet that you can use to store, send, and receive various cryptocurrencies. It doesn't like actually store anything, obviously, other than numerics, digits on the computer. It doesn't actually like hold like cash in it like a real world wallet does, which goes without saying. I don't even know why I'm saying that. What it really is it saves your public and your private keys, and so it's basically just like where you can store your money and where people can send you your money and where you can send your money from. That's your wallet. That's what a crypto wallet is. Okay, so I mentioned in that statement before I really get into the different types of wallets, one feature of pretty much every wallet is going to be the whole thing with the public and the private keys, okay? And basically all the keys are the digits associated with your account. So the public key then is going to be, as far as I understand it, like the address where people can send you, it's basically like the address for your wallet where you can receive money and where you can transfer money to yourself or cryptos to yourself. And then the private key, on the other hand, would be your special like personal access code that you use to get into that wallet. And it's something that like you can never give anybody, and if you lose it, it's basically like your personal key to that safe, which is your crypto wallet. So the private key is really, really important. And those are just things to keep in mind, because with pretty much any wallet, you're going to have those two features, okay? So then the next thing that we need to kind of like dive into a little bit to understand the various types of wallets is the concept of hot storage versus cold storage in crypto land. And the distinction is kind of like hot storage would be like the type of like a wallet that you carry around in your pocket, and cold storage is kind of like a savings account in a bank. Like, for example, if you want to use your currency more frequently, then you would want to use hot storage because you can get to it more easily. But the downside is that it can more easily be stolen. And if you just plan on, using your money as like a long-term investment, or you're a hardcore hodler, then cold storage would probably be a better option for you, because it basically means that it is disconnected from the internet and it can't be really stolen or hacked. So that's the difference. Hot storage, in simple terms, is when you keep your cryptos on a device that's directly connected to the internet, and the connection is what makes the device, like, quote unquote, like, hot. And then cold storage is storing your cryptos actually offline in an independent, like, piece of hardware or an independent situation where they're not actually connected to the internet in any way, so they can't be, like, taken advantage of via the internet by anyone or anything. But it presents its own set of options or issues if you're not careful. So now that I've described hot storage versus cold storage, let me talk a little bit about the various options within those two groups. Okay, so in terms of hot storage, since we know that hot storage wallets are those that are connected to the internet, therefore, okay, the first type of wallet that would be considered a hot wallet would be like an online wallet, like the kind that you have on an exchange. So when you sign up at an exchange like Coinbase or Gemini or Kraken or whatever, and when you sign up and create an account, you get a wallet on that exchange. It's like an online wallet or a cloud wallet. And when you first purchase your cryptocurrencies on that exchange, that's where they go, is to that wallet, that online wallet on that exchange. Now, these wallets are the easiest to use, and I mean, they're super simple, and you can access your wallet from pretty much any device where you hold your passcode and your private key, and you can sign in. So they're really convenient, but also they're the least safe option, and you have to be really careful. It's never really advised to leave any significant amount of meaningful cryptos on an exchange in one of those online wallets, because if anything happens to the exchange, or the exchange goes down or gets hacked, you can lose access to your funds, and it's just not highly advised. Not to mention, your private key is going to be saved on another server, and that's just never a good thing for privacy, okay? So that's one option, the online wallets. So the next option is going to be what's called like a desktop or a mobile wallet. And these are basically like software programs that you can download directly onto your computer or an app for your phone that you can store your cryptocurrencies on. And there's usually like a much more like stringent security situation, and it's a much safer option than the online exchanges if you want to store your cryptos. It's still connected to the internet, so it's not recommended that you store like, you know, your whole like life savings or whatever in a desktop or a mobile wallet, because I mean, you wouldn't walk around with your whole life savings in a wallet in your pocket, although like logistically that probably wouldn't work out anyways, because you couldn't fit that much cash in most cases into a wallet in your pocket. That would be a little ridiculous, so that's not a very good analogy. But you don't want to keep everything in there, but if you want to trade a little bit, or if you want to spend here and there, it's a good place to keep some of your cryptos, and it's much safer than keeping them on an exchange. And then the third option is something called a multi-signature wallet, which is kind of like the desktop wallet, but it's just a step up even further in terms of security. Like there are just multiple more, like a much more rigorous process that you have to go through to sign into the wallets and whatnot. So those are basically the three options. And again, these crypto wallets, they just hold, send, and receive cryptocurrencies, okay? So there's the online wallet, the exchanges, very convenient, not a good place to hold a lot of money. There are the desktop or mobile wallets that you can put on your device, but keep in mind when you get one of those, you can only access it from the one device that you've downloaded it onto. It's not like an exchange where you can log on from any device with your private key and have access to your funds. You can only get your funds from and only access the wallet from the specific device that has been downloaded, okay? And the same with the multi-signature wallets. It's only the one device. So that's another security feature that you need to keep in mind if you're using hot storage and you're not keeping them on the exchange. Okay, cold storage, like I said before, is when you keep your currency in a device which is completely offline, okay? And this is definitely a more secure form of storage, although it introduces like the need to keep the hardware that you're storing your currency on safe, and to keep the private keys. I mean, you need a private key for anything, but basically you need to keep the hardware safe, because if it gets damaged or lost in any type of way, then you may be out of luck. So in terms of cold storage, there are things called hardware wallets, and these are physical devices where you can store your cryptos. They usually are kind of like a USB stick type. There's a few different kinds. Some examples are the Ledger Nano S, Trezor, and the Keep Key. Those are 3 different types. And you just basically like stick them in your computer, send your cryptos to them, and then take it off, and then your cryptos are completely offline. Nothing can happen to them from like a hacking or like internet problem perspective. But now the only thing you got to worry about is not losing your piece of hardware or its private codes, or like letting it get damaged or anything like that. So it's really just on you with the hardware wallet to keep your crypto safe, as opposed to when you have a hot wallet, like it's there, if something does happen, a lot of times it may not really be in your control, because it's just connected to the internet, and anything can happen on the internet, unfortunately. Okay, and then the last option that I'm going to talk about is called a paper wallet, and this is supposed to be the safest way to store any cryptos. And this is because paper wallets, they are an offline cold storage method that basically includes printing out your public and private keys on a piece of paper, which you then store and save in a secure place. So you're only responsible now, instead of like a piece of hardware, now you're only responsible for a piece of paper to keep it safe, okay? And the keys are printed in the form of QR codes, which you can scan in the future, like for all of your transactions, okay? The reason why it's so safe is that it gives you basically complete control. And like I said, you don't have to worry about like the well-being of like an entire piece of hardware. You just really have to worry about the piece of paper. So that is it for me. Oh, and then one other thing, if we're talking about like Ethereum and a lot of the altcoins and tokens, there's also My Ether wallet, which is, hold on. My Ether wallet is a client-side interface that allows users to create a wallet on Ethereum's blockchain, okay, for the technical definition. And that also requires a private key and everything. But yeah, My Ether wallet is another wallet where you can store your Ethereum and also altcoins and stuff like that you buy with Ethereum. So that's another option. And a lot of times you have to use My Ether wallet or something like that to buy altcoins or ICOs and to receive the tokens. But that's obviously completely off topic for this video. So that's it, okay? There's the private key, which is basically like the passcode for any wallet that you're going to have. There's a hot storage connected to the internet versus cold storage completely offline, okay? And there is online wallets on the exchanges. Not a good idea to keep a bunch of money there. There's mobile and desktop wallets that you download and that are safer, but still not the best place to keep all of your money. And then there is the extra security feature wallets called the multi-signature wallets. And then in terms of cold storage, there is the hardware wallets like the Trezor and the Ledger Nano S, and then there's the paper wallets. So that's it. You can look into each one of those independently, or tune in for my next video where I will discuss how to keep yourself safe in crypto space. All right, thank you guys. Have a great day. See you next time.